Hello and welcome on my channel Wolf-Aqua, your channel about horticulture, aquaponics and aquaculture. In this video I'm going to show you some techniques how you can increase your yield in tomatoes and how you can train your tomatoes. And let's go! What? Training my plants? Does my plants need to go now to the gym and do some weightlifting or what? No, just kidding. Well, when I'm talking about training a plant, I mean to let them grow in a certain direction or to let them grow to a certain shape. That's what I mean when I'm talking about training a plant. First, you need to know what type of tomato you're actually growing, because there are two main types. So you have determined and undetermined tomato plants. So the determined ones, they grow up to a certain height, like bush tomatoes, and then they stop and growing in length. However, there are also like the undetermined plants, and I think most commercial tomato strains are those. These tomatoes can grow meters and meters and meters long, so 10 meters is not very unusual, and these are the undetermined tomato plants. So when you know that, we can train our tomato plants right. So in the past years I had several times the pleasure to grow tomatoes in a commercial greenhouse, whether it was in California or in the Netherlands, and there I saw quite some different techniques. Most of the time you see like that the plants are trained upwards on the string, so the plant is twisted around the string and then is trained upwards. Then also the plant is many times attached with a small plastic clip or like a metal ring, and also like a safety protection to the string. And the only downside of that technique is when you clean out your greenhouse after the season is that you have all this plastic and other debris connected or entangled to your organic matter. Then it's a hell of a work to clean that out, or you have to sieve it out. So to train your plants, ideally you need a horizontal string very tightly over your plants, and I recommend there to have like a metal string, because the stretch is way less compared to like a plastic string, for example. And you can actually, there are like this string locks that you can utilize to really bring a lot of tension to your string. So actually it should be, you almost should be able to do pull-ups on that string. It should be as tight. Another method that I got to know was in the Netherlands, and that using this foam clips. So actually this foam clip is then grabbing the tomato plant, and then the clip itself is hooked up to a metal rod. And then this metal rod is hooked over the horizontal string above your plants. And at the beginning I was quite skeptical, because this clip is very tight around your plant, and I was thinking it may damage your plant. However, it doesn't. So I'm using it now in the third year, and so far my results are very, very good with it. And I have seen plants several meters long just holding by two of those clips. I was really amazed by them, and they seem to work very well. And the positive side of those clips is once your plant or your crop is done, you just are loosening it up from the clip, the plant falls down, and that's it. So there's no plastics or any debris entangled to your plants. So you have one nice clean batch of organic matter to compost. With this style, last year I even managed here on my terrace to grow tomato plants on a total length of more than 10 meters, or roughly about 10 meters. And I hope this year to grow even longer plants. By the way, these plants here were sown in the beginning of April. And I put them inside and let them pre-grow behind the window, and I placed them into this big pot in the mid-May, until the temperatures got a little bit warmer here. And if you want to increase your yield, you have many options or many screws you can turn around to increase your performance. And I just want to give you now two examples how you can increase your yield. The first example is if you increase your leaf area index. So what is the leaf area index? So the leaf area index is like a relation between all the leaf area compared to the ground space that the plants utilize to grow on. And many times you have a leaf area index far above 1, because imagine you have like 1 square meter and the plant goes like 6 meters tall, and then you have many different layers of leaves, and all these leaves together of course are more square meters in the sum than the plant is standing upon. Alright, but how can you increase this leaf area index, in short LIE, over the season? So usually you hear that you have to break out all the side shoots, all the suckers from your tomato plants. Well, in fact that's true. However, let's assume you work in a greenhouse and you plant your plants in February, and then you leave one side shoot, for example, in March and one in April. So you actually triple your amount of plants in that way. And by doing so, you also increase the leaf area index over the season. And not only actually the leaf area index, you also increase the plant density without replanting. And so why do you want to have a higher or like at least a constant leaf area index? Because if you can reach that, you can actually utilize more sunlight that is penetrating into your greenhouse. And if you can utilize more of the sunlight, it's more photosynthesis, and in the end also a higher yield. Another option to increase your yield is to work with grafted plants. So many times you, as a basis plant, you use a plant with strong root growth and in general vigorous growth. And then for the top plant, it's a smart idea to use a plant that has usually a little bit maybe less yield, or any kind of other plant that has like a weaker growth. For example, a cherry tomato, and then you put a sweet cherry tomato on top of the very strong roots. So in that case, you can actually increase the yield of the cherry tomatoes. Tomatoes, yes, not strawberries. I always mess it up. Yes. So, and for example, commonly used like as a basis tomato plant is a strain called Vigo Max. Strong roots, super strong growth, and then I would put like a very tiny sweet cherry tomato on top to really boost the production in yield of that cherry tomato. Oh, by the way, yield. How much can you actually harvest from a tomato plant per season? Well, it depends, of course, what kind of location you have, what kind of strain you grow, and many other parameters, but like roughly rule of thumb is for a cherry tomato, you can reach between 20-25 kilograms per square meter and season. And for like the bigger flesh tomatoes or the normal sized tomatoes, you can reach yields between 50 and 60 kilograms per square meter and year. Well, though there are also really high-tech greenhouses and super professional growers, and they even reach yields up to 100 kilograms per square meter, but that's like really top edge level of growing. However, I'm far away from those yields here on my outdoor terrace. I mean, these plants are quite nicely sheltered by a kind of roof for harsh rain, though they're totally exposed to very strong winds. Unfortunately, because of that, I even lost one of my side shoots. Too bad. We have now mid-June, and so far the plants are doing very well, and you can actually see them growing day by day. If you want to have further videos on how to improve plant growing and how to increase your yield, I would be very happy if you subscribe my channel and leave me a like. If you have any questions or feedback about the video, just post it in the comment section below. And I would be also very happy if we see us the next time, and bye bye!